I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like this service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody. This is Brock Shimano. Today is March 10th, a WASDE report day. Let's turn right over to the trading platform and see where we're at here. Corn for May delivery trading down 12 cents. Soybeans down 39 cents. Wheat in Chicago down 14.5, and Kansas City wheat trading off 12.25 here cents. Now, Brock, we did have some numbers come out this morning. Obviously, we expected them to impact the prices. Did they meet or beat or miss analysts' expectations?
You know, Cody, we had a tale of all three of those that you highlighted right there. We did on corn, we did miss analysts' expectations. We came in quite a bit lower than what we were expecting. Take a look at this table here. You can see the middle column is what we're expecting heading into the report. The right column is actually what got reported this morning. So corn came in quite a bit lower than what analysts were expecting. Soybeans a little bit above what analysts were expecting, and wheat came in below what analysts were expecting and actually was left unchanged from what we saw in February.
Now, it is interesting because when we talked about the changes here, we noticed that corn traded down, yet they, when it comes to ending stocks, they came out with ending stocks less than expectations, yet we sold off. Why is that? Why did corn trade down when we had a bullish report?
You know, at first look, corn does look like a bullish report at this point, but I think a lot what was going on was soybeans was really being the leader here today. We saw them down about 40 cents. I think also we are also at a very high level that we haven't seen here in several months. I think we saw some technical selling, some weak longs being taken off the table, and we didn't get an overly bullish report. I mean, if you take a look at this, we only lost about 25 million bushels on ending stocks. Thinking about 1.45 billion that we still have in the tanks, I don't think that's a big number to be concerned about, 25 million bushels. Soybeans was really the driver here today. We came in about 4 million bushels above what analysts were expecting. I think that's what pushed us quite a bit lower here in the soybean trade.
We did have a relatively bearish soybean domestically, but internationally we also saw some bearish numbers. We expected to see some revisions for production for Argentina and Brazil, as well as for exports there. Unfortunately, we really didn't see anything there. The only revisions that we saw was about 1.5 million metric tons revision lower here for Brazil in terms of production, but we didn't see that 1.5 million metric tons shy of production reflected at all in exports. So all in all, exports from those countries remained unchanged. Another reason why I think we had a little bit of selling pressure in this market. In the last couple months, this bullish market for soybeans has been really a South American story. And when we don't get confirmation from the USDA, I definitely think we have some traders out there that have positions that are starting to second guess that long soybean position.
We did see quite a bit of liquidation in today's trade session. Leading up to this report, we did see a lot of longs being added, so I think that's what contributed to some of the selling and accelerated some of the selling. Another area that we were kind of focusing on here was Ukraine. We didn't really see any revisions there for either corn or their wheat exports. Do you have any reason why we didn't see those revisions here today, Cody?
Yeah, well, I think what's kind of interesting is that when you look at the Ukraine numbers, these numbers were really reported as of March 1st. That's when the numbers were tallied. And of course, we really saw that civil unrest start to kind of spiral out of control on March 3rd. So I don't necessarily think that the situation in Ukraine is being reflected in this month's report. I would expect to see it more, if we do see any revisions, I would expect to see them in April instead of this month.
Okay, so we got that coming down the pipeline to take a look at for April's report. Let's just take a step back and take a look at what the technicals have been doing here more recently. If we take a look at the May soybean chart, this is actually a 4-hour chart, so each candlestick is, each candle is 4 hours of time period. If you take a look at the last couple of bars, that will cover today's trade session. You can see on the soybean chart that we sold off sharply as soon as that report came out, but we did rebound just a little bit towards the end of the session. It's good to see a little bit of buying come in and maybe stop some of the bleeding towards the end there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when you look at these, this chart here, you really get a good picture as what this rally looked like from January until now. And you can see that it's been a very orderly rally. We have a nice trend line both for the May and for new crop. If you switch over to the new crop slide, clear uptrend here and a clear trend line. What's interesting is that we were able to find support along that trend line near the end of the day. So I would look at today's price action, and although it was bearish and although the news was relatively bearish, I would look for this sort of a trend line to be broken as confirmation that we may see this be signaling some sort of top or at least a pause in the overall trend higher. Brock, do you think that this could be a top for soybeans?
I think it is going to be a near-term top, but I don't think we're going to sell off significantly from where we finished off the day today. Like you said, I would look for confirmation to break through this trend line, but I think for the most part, we're going to tend to move sideways up until that planting intentions report at the end of the month. We don't have a whole lot of new news to push us higher until then. We don't have a lot to push us much lower as well. We still, the fact still remains that our ending stocks here are very tight. We do have soybeans coming out of Brazil and Argentina. They left their exports unchanged, so I think we're going to end up trading, mostly sideways, slightly lower, possibly heading into that planting intention report at the end of the month.
Well, that sounds fair enough. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in to GrainTV. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, give us a call at 877-472-4607. And remember, you can take a demo of our mobile trading platform at grainhedge.com. Go ahead and do that, and you can watch these markets trade live on your cell phone. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for the Tuesday report.